Welcome back to the Crypto Report. I'm Blacksea, and I have another video for you guys. Today, I want to talk about Bitcoin, take a look at Cryptocom, Crocoin, take a look at some altcoins, because there's some very interesting things playing out right now, guys. There's a lot of really high tensions when it comes to the macroeconomics of the world, especially now we're finally starting to see it play into the real estate market. And I want to talk about that a little bit and what that has to do with Crocoin, Crypto.com, and Bitcoin, crypto as a whole. So without further ado, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's hop into this video. So guys, right now Bitcoin is trading at $64,210. We've been range bound. We did break below 64K yesterday, even though earlier yesterday we were above 67,000. You know, it seems like in the past cycle, in the past year, I would say, Bitcoin is making these multi-thousand-dollar swings in a day, in 2 days, and it's kind of like nothing. We're seeing it happen, play out much more frequently than we used to. But I digress. I do think that right now, trading sideways is good. Chopping around is good. In my previous video that I talked about in sell in May and walk away, I talked about how, well, a longer sideways corrective period chopping around will create a longer term bull market and a higher price target for Bitcoin. But I do want to take a little bit of a notice here at Bitcoin dominance trading at 53.45%. When you exclude stablecoins, that's basically 55.45%. Bitcoin dominance is coming down. We did make our way up to that 57% level, and now we're starting to chop down a little bit. Some of these altcoins are getting some love, but I think it will be a shorter term period for that, because I do think that when Bitcoin does decide to make that big move, leading us up into the macro cycle high, you're going to see Bitcoin dominance rally significantly, probably back to that 57% mark, maybe even to 60%. Time will tell. I do want to say, guys, if you do like this content and you want some free money, please go follow me on Instagram at 333Blacksea. If I can get to 200 followers in, let's say, by Monday, so the next 72 hours, I'll give away $200 worth of Crocoin to one of you guys. So go follow me there, 333Blacksea. Let's take a little bit of a deeper look into the real estate talk, because right now, the mortgage applications to buy a house is at a all-time low since 1995. It is lower than when it was in 2008, guys. And not a lot of people are talking about this, because it's somewhat of a hidden metric. People aren't trying to buy houses. They can't afford to buy houses. People aren't trying to sell houses because they can't afford to sell their houses. I made a tweet on this post right here, and I said, people can't afford to buy, people can't afford to sell. Something needs to break. The question is when and how long. Now, how does this all tie into crypto? Usually, real estate is somewhat of a lagging indicator for when the overall economy is doing poorly, when the macroeconomics of the world is poor. And obviously, guys, we have inflation, we have rate hikes. The rate hikes are mainly what's the culprit of why the real estate market is coming down so much. And I would say, I don't even want to say coming down so much, we're just starting to see some let up in pricing. But still, the rates are too high for people to be purchasing houses. It's too high. We need to see rate cuts. But I will say also, the Federal Reserve is in a very tricky spot right now, guys, because cutting rates leading into a recession is not good. That's usually how you see a major correction in the overall market. It's leading into a recession, and cutting rates into it will not only emphasize the recession, but it will basically speed it up. It will make it much more painful. The only time you really want to see rate cuts is when you're cutting for normalcy, to bring the market structure back into place. And we're not there right now. We're not there right now. And you see the Federal Reserve talk about, oh, we're going to be cutting rates, and you see the administration that's running the United States right now saying, oh, we're going to cut them sooner than people expect. But in reality, it's probably not a good thing if we do. And really it comes back down. We full circle back to crypto because the only answer here is print more money. And it's not good. It's not good, but that's basically where I see the Federal Reserve is. They're stuck in between a rock and a hard place. So then we come to Bitcoin. We come to Bitcoin. We come to altcoins. Bitcoin right now, trading sideways in a corrective period, a true hedge against inflation, hypothetically speaking. There's still opportunities for when there's panic for Bitcoin to come down significantly. But over time, it has been the best performing asset. And do I think if we go into recession, Bitcoin will do well? It's a very, very tough coin flip, in my opinion. Maybe it will be the first to recover, sure. But unless it's getting really, really, unless the institutions are really drinking the Kool-Aid, I'll use that colloquialism, and they believe, okay, we're going to start treating this as a hedge against inflation, then I don't think that Bitcoin will do that well during a recession. In the short term, I think there will be panic. People will be looking for money, and they won't be able to be putting retail definitely will not be coming to Bitcoin in a recession. And it's strange because the word recession has been talked about for, people have been calling for a recession for the past 5-6 years. But right now, more than ever, it is seeming more likely that we are starting to get to that area, especially seeing the mortgage rates. Nobody is buying houses. Nobody's trying to get loans. People are buying houses, but they're buying all cash. It's risky. It's risky business. It's very risky business. Why would people want to buy houses all cash when you could get a 5% on your money market account? We'll have to see how this all plays out. But in my opinion, right now, I still think we have time on our side for this Bitcoin bull market. And I do think that after we see this move to the upside here, guys, retail will come back. It will almost be, it's going to be not pretty, but it will be an environment where the lower class and the middle class need to gamble. They need to gamble to protect themselves. And what does that mean for Cryptocom? If you stuck around this far, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, because this is where it all comes back to Crow here. When retail investors come, which they will especially when there's no other option, when it's either sports betting or investing in crypto and playing in the meme coin casino, the first thing that they're going to do is go on Google and search crypto, and the first thing that's going to come up is crypto.com. And now, you may say, oh man, that's kind of sad, buying a coin to basically that's going to be pumped by people that are gambling for their livelihood, for their safety. But guys, unfortunately, that's just the way it works. And I do think that Crypto.com will benefit significantly from a world where people need to be gambling their way to financial freedom because they can't afford to spend $20 on a 12-pack of eggs. It's scary, and I don't want to harp on negative times, but I do believe that there are ways to make money during this. There are ways to succeed, to get yourself out of that place if you are in that place. And I do think that one of the best bets here, if this scenario does play out, is probably going to be Cryptocom, because retail investors are going to search crypto on Google. One of the best domain names, Crypto.com, is going to come up first. People are going to start using it. All we need now really is Crypto.com to start promoting their coin a little bit better. Start actually trying to get people to use their coin, because I know there's a lot of you guys, and I agree with a lot of you guys about how Crypto.com does not promote their coin well enough. And I do think a lot of that has to do with why they are so regulatorily successful. They have the most licenses out of any crypto exchange in the world. They are very, very careful. They play the rules. They play the rules by the book. And that's why they don't really like to promote their coin. I think that's very interesting. And I do see a world where that starts to change. And when they do that, and you couple that with what's going on here and the not so distant outlook on all this, I do think that you'll probably see Crocoin make some big moves. I've been holding a bag of Crocoin for a long time. I have a very large bag. I think that after Bitcoin makes this move to the upside, starts to trade sideways, we do see Crocoin reach 20 cents. That's my first target when we finally start to see it let up. But don't be surprised at all when Crocoin makes some big, big moves, explosive moves out of nowhere. And I will say again, I've been talking about this for a while now. When you do see those moves, please note, when the retail is here, and you see Crocoin make some big moves, we're close to the end. Guys, if you like this type of content, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel right now. Please go follow me on Instagram at 333Blacksea. I'm going to be giving away $200 worth of Crocoin or whatever crypto you really want if I can reach 200 followers in the next 72 hours. Also, check out some awesome referral links we have down below. We have a $4,100 sign-on bonus to Femex. All you got to do is click the link in the description box below, deposit, trade a little bit, get a bunch of free money. That's all I got for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.